This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
There you go. Well, you were on, like I said, on top of Dusty for that one. Then we move on to May 10th. You're back in Atlanta for TBS TV, and there's a Wahoo interview about you. And then you and Flair defeat Carl Styles and Bob Owens in 5 minutes. Let's take a look at this one.
Flair. Perfectly executed right on top of the forehead. When Ric Flair wrestles, you're talking about execution. All of his moves, perfectly calculated. Back to the ropes again. Anderson. That time, Bob Owens got him with a foot, and now Carl Styles, well, I was going to say, comes in. He really tries to come in. Good leg takedown. Now right on that hamstring. Now grinding away at the knee. Still working on the leg now. Double A Arn Anderson. Wahoo McDaniel has set his sights on Arn's World TV title. You could better believe Wahoo is a man who, when he sets his sights on something, really gives all of his concentration efforts after. Right hand, that's right to the side of the head. Flair with that gigantic chop once again. Arn now with the leg. Right to the knee. It's Ric Flair and Arn Anderson in a tag team match here today. We'll have more action right after this short break, and we'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Fans, welcome back to an abbreviated version of our second part of World Championship Wrestling. As Ric Flair has some words to the fans, Arn Anderson continues his destruction on Carl Styles in the leg.
Sounds like we're heading for a figure four. What do you think, Paul?
Flair, right hand to the midsection. Little momentum off the rope. Flair goes right to the leg again. It's obvious, setting this up with a figure four. On the knee. Flair, center of the ring with him. There it is, the figure four leg lock. Ric Flair, it's Carl Styles in it, and that's it. Pee Wee Anderson calling with the bell, and Ric Flair and Arn Anderson win this tag team event on World Championship Wrestling.
There it is. You said it, Arn. You were working on the leg the whole time, and you knew it. Oh, I know what we're doing. I'm setting them up for the figure four to close it down.
Yeah, you know, anytime that you could be partners with Ric Flair at that point in time, you know, what an honor and a privilege it was. He was the hottest thing in the wrestling industry, arguably. And, you know, to be his partner and out there, it just was one of those things. I had to pinch myself sometimes. Bob, what was his last name?
Bob Owens.
Yeah, I know his last name. But let me tell you something that history may have written in different places. I've seen him get some credit. That guy had as good a punch as anybody in the wrestling business. And I'm not kidding you. Man, he would reach out there and that thing would crack you, and it was awesome. That was his one claim to fame. He was a good performer, good wrestler, but man, he had a punch, and it was classic. Go back and look at it sometimes. It was a class act. And if I remember right, Carl Styles was a big, healthy man. So it wasn't like we just had a couple tackling dummies out there. These guys had some talent.
So for those of you that are watching the video version, maybe you got to see, Arn and I are just listening to this today, but maybe you got to see the old Bob Owens strike. My goodness. But didn't know that about Bob Owens. So there you go. Arn breaking off a nugget there for us.
I like to give credit where credit's due, and buddy, he had a tremendous punch.
Well, Arn, you're back in Greenville the next night. Okay, so you continue this travel, and you're working Wahoo McDaniel again to another draw. So you were just with Wahoo in Philly. Now you're back in Greenville. Then you scoot over to Spartanburg, South Carolina at the Memorial Auditorium on the 6th for a TV taping for Mid-Atlantic, where you face Rocky King. But first, you cut a promo alongside Bob Caudle. Here we go.
Garvin, and of course, Arn Anderson, the man right here, the world television champion, who will be putting that championship belt on the line. Arn?
Well, Bob Caudle, if I don't reiterate on what happened to Baby Doll, it's simply because Baby Doll has nothing to do with the three of the Four Horsemen. Do you understand what I'm saying? She has no bearing on the outcome of what we're trying to achieve and are achieving. What I want to talk about is people the likes of Ronnie Garvin, Wahoo McDaniels, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, Magnum TA, and last but not least, you, Dusty Rhodes. All across this country, you get on national television and you threaten to take this world television champion. Well, what happened to you, Houston? What happened to you, Rhodes? What happened to you, Magnum? And last but not least, what has happened to you, Ricky Morton? You get into three of the Four Horsemen's business, Bob Caudle. The eventual end is always the same. You're getting hurt, you're putting your reputation on the line, but I want to say one thing. At the end of these matches across the country, people have had the notion of running and stealing my belt. Don't embarrass your family. Don't create grand larceny. If you want to be the world television champion, just beat me for it.
The world television champion, Arn Anderson, fans. Into the ring, we have the junior heavyweight champion, and there's the championship belt around the waist of the champion, Denny Brown.
There you go. My favorite phrase, just beat me for it. So tell us about Rocky King before we get to the next clip. Any memories of working with Rocky King?
Rocky was a character. He, all the guys liked Rocky. He used to travel with Jimmy Valiant, of all people. I saw that, quite a bit. Incredible body. Kid was jacked. He was athletic. He was green. He was inexperienced, but I mean, he was strong. You couldn't underestimate him and just think you're going to go out there and run over the guy, because he may decide to turn it up and turn it on at any point. And buddy, I mean, you go back and look at the physique on the guy. He was just cast in that, opening role, and that was about as far as he made it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.